Leslie here with Parenting Pause, the podcast where I share many of my experiences and some of my clients' experiences and support you in finding your own way, your own wisdom, your own internal knowing in parenting. Finding your own mojo, as I like to say. I always tease my daughters, like, how's your mojo today? And I looked it up on the internet because I always love to look up words, and it says a magic spell or a charm. And I think that, using that word, it gives me a sense of I kind of thought I was going to be this magical mom, right? And I was always going to be happy and I was always going to be together and I was always going to be patient. I was always going to be understanding. I was always going to be there when she needed me. I talked to a mom today and she goes, well, but I am present and I am available for my child, but she's still not happy. And so we started investigating that one and pulling that one apart. And yes, she felt she was present and listening and understanding in the way that she would like to be understood. But she forgot, and God, so many times I forgot, and you may too, that my daughter doesn't experience me the way I want her to experience me often. Yep, it's true, and your kids may not either. We have this idea that we have this magic or this charm or this mojo where we can, show up and be kind and loving and give our kids what they want and make the best dinners and do all these things. And then all of a sudden, our kids just don't take it. They don't like it, right? So incredibly hard. At least it was for me. And I imagine if you're listening in, it is for you. So the truth is that we are not supernatural mamas and daddies, right? Now we have some influence, I believe, in our parenting when we can stay connected inside of ourselves, but we aren't meant to be anything other than human. That's what we are. And in being human, sometimes you're going to lose your mojo. And I found when I did, often I would beat myself up. There was a lot of self-aggression that would go on because I had such a high expectation of myself to show up in ways that I had wanted someone to show up for me. Now, I promise you my daughter wasn't expecting that. I was expecting that of myself. So if you feel that for yourself, if you're a little down, if you're a little not feeling right on, if you didn't make the perfect breakfast today, if you didn't have great bath times, and maybe you even yelled, see if you are willing to offer yourself kindness to your humanness, kindness to the part of you that everything that you're giving your children most likely is something that you would like to be given back to you. And our children, they don't get this. I mean, I think we magically think that if we give them all these things and we give ourselves up for them, that they may turn around and give us those things and give themselves up for us, even though that's the last thing we want from them, because of course we don't want them to abandon themselves, but maybe we actually do a little bit. I know I did. Because I learned that was one of my strategies, was to learn to please and take care of my daughter and try to purchase her love. If I'm really honest, I didn't feel that lovable myself. And so I kept trying to do actions. My mojo was to make everything perfect. Do everything the way that I thought it needed to be done. So then maybe she would see that I was the best mom in the whole wide world. And honestly, it didn't give her a lot of space to actually see me for who I was. Sometimes I'm nice, sometimes I'm mean, sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm sad. It didn't give the environment for me when I was constantly trying to create this magic spell around motherhood and childhood. It didn't really actually hit the mark as far as what it means to be human. So I realized I wasn't really supporting my daughter in knowing herself so well, knowing how to move through life when things were a little more difficult when they weren't perfect. And trying to create that perfect environment, I wasn't really serving her that well. And I clearly wasn't serving myself because I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep up that perfection. I didn't have the patience. And if you're anything like me, you're trying, and then all of a sudden you blow. Woo! And then all the guilt and shame that came on top of that really supported me in deeply inquiring into what is going on inside. Why do I continue this cycle? And can I take some time to actually turn that mojo inside to be with me, to love me, and to care for myself? All right, lovies, so hang on. Go out there, enjoy yourself, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself.